Vedic mantras, boring recitations? Namaste. My name is Manani Seth, a junior at Reedy High School located in Frisco, Texas. The goal of my research is to dig in to the research of mantra chanting. The premise of my presentation will be over why are mantras chanted? What are the characteristics and types of mantras? Where did they come from? Is there a pattern? When are mantras chanted? The benefits and criticisms to mantras. So mantras, the literal definition, is a tool for the human mind. Man meaning mind and tra meaning tool. It is a tool that transports our mind beyond everyday thoughts. This tool is used to elevate our spiritual thinking. It connects our awareness to deep states of energy and consciousness. It is traditionally given from a guru to shishya, based on position of the shishya, their spiritual advancement journey. Usually the guru will evaluate the disciple's spiritual journey and then look at his past spiritual journey to guide the disciple to elevate his journey. Mantras typically relate to topics such as longing for truth, peace, love, and many other things, but they aren't confined to just those topics. The two types of mantras are Sagna and Nirgana mantras. Sagna mantras are usually connected to a specific deity, such as Ganesha, and Nirgana mantras aren't usually connected to a deity itself, but to a higher level or to Brahman. Janand of a mantra makes pronunciation very important. Sanskrit is usually used, is the language used when chanting mantras. Sanskrit is dubbed as the perfect language due to its pronunciation being as it is written. Sanskrit has an affinity to 50 primal sounds and is the most telepathic language. So when reciting these mantras, they usually have a literal meaning to the mantra. And getting the pronunciation wrong could actually lose the meaning when you are reciting them. Nad Yoga is a process of tuning one's chakras using vibrations from mantras. Nad Yoga is a philosophical system used and is based off mantras and is medicine and includes yoga. The reason yoga and mantras go hand in hand is because of the vibrations. When you are in a different position, it is to be said that the vibrations through your body can transfer easily if you are in specific positions such as yoga. Mantras can help stimulate various glands and the endocrine system, thus helping release chemicals and hormones. These chemicals and hormones come from the endocrine system. It can be verbally chanted, whispered, mentally recited, or finally reciting continuously without making an effort. To achieve mastery over mantra, it should be chanted around 125k times the number of syllables in the mantra. The reason to actually complete the mantra and achieve mastery is because if you do not complete the mastery, your body in the middle of when you are doing the mantra and you stop, it will be messed up. Its frequencies will be messed up in the brain because it is going from a lower level frequency, and stopping that in the middle of its process doesn't perfect its harmony within the body. There are 7 chakras in the human body, and they all have unique frequencies and are said by and hence activated by different mantras. A particular mantra will help a particular chakra achieve vibrational resonance with the mantra's vibrations. Each mantra is at a different frequency, which makes the brain release different types of hormones. So at the end of chanting a mantra, you could either feel bliss, happiness, or a number of things. The normal frequency of a brain is around 14 to 20 hertz, and the deep meditative state is around 4 to 7 hertz. This difference is very big. And the reason we need to go into deep meditative state a lot is because our brains are experiencing high frequencies throughout the day, and not taking the time to have a 4 to 7 hertz frequency in the mind could lead to heart problems, mental problems, and a multitude of things. Ohm is at 432 hertz. 432 hertz is the hertz of nature itself. It is whenever you chant Om, you are able to actually connect with nature itself. All these mantras have a specific frequency so that specific things are activated. There are many studies on evaluating mantra's effects. The specific one I will be looking at is of 3 groups. There were 3 groups, and one group was a control group who didn't do anything, one group who did mantra chanting, and one group who did random chanting. If you can see down to the figure I have created, there you will see the patient's brainwaves, which were taken after reciting or just after doing their completed trial. If you look down to the graph, the blue bar represents the mantra chanting group, the red bar represents the non-chanting group, and the green bar represents the group that chanted random things. The HRV total power went down drastically from the religious chanting group, as well as lower power in the higher frequency and very low frequency components in the HRV. To put this into layman's terms, basically the brain was able to go into a deep meditative state. This can be compared to a REM cycle, and instead of being asleep, you are conscious through it. And having the mantra being chanted, you are able to focus all your power into that one meaning, that one mantra. So having the scientific study show that your frequencies are being affected proves that mantras do actually have an effect on the brain. The benefits of mantra include help connecting with the higher self and realizing the inner selves. It helps focus mental energies. In this day and age, we are troubled by we lose track and focus of what the true meaning of life is, and we tend to ponder over the little things. These repeated recitations enable the vibration to sink into new depths of one consciousness. So when one does do a mantra, the frequencies are able to create a perfect harmony within the body. The energy that is felt deep with oneself is called Shakti. Mananan Trayate iti mantra. This is a mantra which repetitive changing protects us from miseries and bondage of death and rebirth. This is just one example of one mantra. All mantras have a different meaning and a literal meaning. So when repeating a mantra, a specific meaning is put into your head, and when you reach the deep meditative phase, you are able to think about that one mantra only. Mantras can be a helpful healing tool both to the body and mind. It clears accumulated debris from our consciousness, and it takes away from all the trivial things we think about. It trains our bodily components to vibrate with a common frequency and amplitude. It creates harmony between all parts. Some criticisms of mantras say it didn't work on me, so it must be false. Well, there is a new wave of people who are starting to do mantra chanting, and it is a westernized phase. This westernized phase, they start their spiritual journey with no goal. They don't look into the mantra and what it means. And this is a very big problem because they end up dropping the mantra and saying, it didn't work for me, it doesn't work, it has to be false. This is not true at all. When you first recite mantras, you must go into at least a week or months worth of research to truly figure out what this mantra has to do for your life and how it is connected, and learn the deeper meaning. And another criticism is that different mantras don't have a different effect. This is not true at all. Each mantras have different frequencies, which once again, I've said before, these frequencies affect the vibrations in your mind and end up releasing different things from the endocrine system. Another thing, another fact that, or criticism that has been said, is that it is not scientifically proven. Even with the research given, so people say that this is a fluke, but we have seen years and years of mantras being chanted, and it has worked for many people, which is why it's still alive today, which is why many people, as myself, practice it. So it's saying that it's not scientifically proven. While no, there isn't actual science behind it. There is frequencies we can show, which shows evidence, and lifestyles, which can show evidence to it leading mantras, leading to a better life and it having an effect on our lives.